Categorical question, Secretary Lopez. I hope you don't mind. Pero anti-mining ho ba kayo?
I'm pro-people and pro common good. And I feel that if in an area, like the watershed, 15 of the closed down mines that we closed was in a watershed. A watershed, no? And then the 75 mine MPSAs that we withdrew, that they weren't operating anyway, are in watersheds. My stand is that the quality of life of our people, the water for agriculture, the water for drinking, is more important than the money they make. And anyway, with whatever money they make, 82% of whatever they put in, the net revenue, goes to them. And then 95% of that money goes out of the local economy. So who needs investments like this, no? That will kill our river, our streams? You know the pictures that you saw there? That was done, it wasn't raining. And there's no excuse for silting like that. It's just that, why, when you're operating, you can silt the river? No, even if you're operating, you're not supposed to silt the river and kill the rice lands. You'll do it and you'll only not do it when it's finished. You shouldn't do it at any point in time, even if it's raining. So the fact that nakita natin na hindi naman umuulan, talagang bawal yan. Violation yan, yung nakita natin sa picture. Violation yan.
Your visuals are no doubt very powerful. Ano ho?
And recent. That's recent.
Sabi ni Attorney Residoro, luma na raw ho yun.
Luma. That's why we took it and I showed you. Saw the dates. Me, I don't lie. I took it myself. No? I mean, I had a cameraman, no? But that was like January 17, January 18, just 2 weeks ago.
Maganda nga ho yung visuals na pinakita nyo, very powerful. But the mining companies are asking, nasan ba yung audit report? Why can't they...
We gave it. You know, the other day, I had the press
pinakita nyo na ho.
I take it. The only reason why I didn't want to show anything is because the recommendations I didn't agree with, and I felt it would just complicate things. But, you know, if they want to see anything, come to the office, see it. You know, I have the files. You have it. Marisa, well, I have the files which we gave each mining company, and they answered. So how will they answer kung hindi nila natanggap? And I have the documents that they received it. And then the whole process took 7 months. That's not naman. I followed due process at every step of the way. Even yung cancellation, it's not yet cancelled. It's a show cause. Show cause why you should not be cancelled in a watershed which is critical for the welfare of the people there. Show cause. If they can't reply, then we will take action. They can reply and then we will investigate.
Sabi nyo you did not agree with the recommendations
made? No, I didn't agree.
Which particular...
Because they
ano
only...
yung recommendation po ba ng inyong... is it the EMB or the MGB?
We had a multi-DNR force of all the different departments to review the response of the miners. What happens is we did the audit, then you have show cause, and then they respond, and then we have to review that. That's the due process. So we agreed on the violations. What we didn't agree with was on the penalty. They wanted to fine lang. But then the money goes to the National Treasury. Ay, yung mga komunidad na nagdusa, ano kaya? And then ako, I really didn't want the mining. There was violations na in a watershed. Para sa akin, ang tubig ay buhay.
So they wanted penalties lang. Kayo, you wanted closure talaga?
For the watershed. For the watershed. And also for Surigao, because the destruction was bad. And it's been like that every year. So I was thinking, tama na. And also because Surigao is very beautiful. You know, for whatever, how many displaced workers, and we can absorb all of them, and now they're not even working. Thousands of farmers suffer. Thousands of farmers, thousands of fishermen, thousands of households, thousands. In the Zambales, 2,500 farmers. So how about them? Yung buhay nila, hindi ba yan importante? Bakit hindi isang ekonomiya na walang nagdudusa? Kasi you're saying, okay lang, kasi if some benefit and then the others suffer. So you're saying, you're introducing the psychology, okay lang na magdusa sila, basta makapera kami. Is that what you want to teach? And that's what we saw whenever there's mining. The families that used to love each other and communities that used to love each other, nag-aaway at minsan napapatayan pa. Kasi may pakinabang at may mayroon iba na nagdudusa. Parang mali ata yan, no? And for me, that's against moral principles to benefit and let everybody else suffer. How about them? Wala ba silang karapatan mabuhay ng mabuti? It's mali,
You heard Attorney Residoro, no, Secretary Lopez, when I was interviewing him just before you came on. Ang sabi ho niya, meron namang responsible mines. In fact,
yes, we passed 13. And I want to work with them with their SDMP funds. SDMP funds is 1% of operating costs. Okay, what I am, my expertise and is my development background. You know, with 1 million pesos, my communities are earning 30 million na every year. You know, with 1.5, they're earning 40. So what I'd like to do is yung SDMP funds, and I made the policy na that instead of just giving it to the host community, they put it in a fund, and DNR and the mining company and the stakeholders who are there will decide what to do with that money so that that area becomes productive.
But he also said that, well, mining is really ugly habang the operations is ongoing. But he said that after naman mangyari daw nun, they will, you know, repair whatever was damaged. So, ganun naman daw talaga ho yung,
no,
yung
that's
kanilang
illegal.
trabaho.
That yung nakita natin na yes, it's ugly, but that silting of the river and that silting of the sea, that's illegal. That's a violation. There's no excuse for that at all. You know, you're making things, yes, it looks ugly, but it is not acceptable, and it is a violation of the Mining Act and the mining law to cause damage to agriculture, to cause damage to biodiversity, to cause damage to the sea. That's illegal.
So, meron ho bang middle ground dito sa isyung ito, Secretary? Kasi they see you as an extremist, no? Na pinasaran nyo 23 mining companies, 75 operations canceled, even those na hindi pa sinasagawa.
75 of those is just paper. No?
Yes.
Wala pa nag-umpisa. I'm just saying, given that we saw yung nangyari sa violations ng mina sa watershed, wag na muna. And for me, that's where I'm non-negotiable on quality of life of our people. Mining in a watershed, water is life. And Jessica, by 2030 and before that, we're going to have a severe water shortage. Severe. So why will we let our existing water resources be mined so that some people want to get rich? I mean, parang, and you know, out of these 75 mines, can you imagine 37 are in Mindanao? That's why there's war in Mindanao, because most of the mines are in Mindanao. So Mindanao is raped and the resources go to Manila, and 95 of the money that's there goes out of the local economy. They're so rich, Mindanao, and they have benefited very little. It's not fair.
So you're saying, Secretary, basta watersheds ang involved
Wag
at may
niyong
minahan,
ihina. I'm
walang,
really not,
non-negotiable po yun sa inyo. As long as yung mining and dun sa ipunan ng tubig, hindi nyo talaga papayagan.
Yeah, because where it's not ipunan, it's like a watershed is an area where there are trees, and it's the source of water, of rivers and streams, which is needed for agriculture, for drinking. Ang sabi ng mga tao na doon nakatira sa isla na may mina, dati daw, pwede nilang inumin yung tubig sa ilog. Drinking water. And I went to Cebu, nakita ko, and now they don't have the money to buy bottled water like the people working in the mines. It's unfair.
Sabi rin po ni Attorney Residoro, I think they're raising now the issue against your family, no, involved in construction. He pointed out yung Rockwell na hindi rin naman daw po maganda habang ginagawa, pero nung natapos na, maganda na. And then I think other people in the Chamber of Mines also raised the issue nung West Tower na nagkaroon din naman ng leak, no? It's getting to that stage. Ano hong masasabi nyo doon?
And they're just trying to hit back, no? The Bangkal issue happened a long time ago, and my family has already spent $1.5 million and addressed the issue. What does that have to do with the mining? You know, and when you're doing construction, you follow rules. Yeah, you have to follow rules. So when you do mining, you follow rules. They did not follow the rules. The silting of the river, the killing of the rice lands, the silting of the sea, that's against the rules. So you follow rules, and the Mining Act says that you should not endanger the well-being of present and future generations. If you kill the water supply and the water source, what are you doing? You're killing the benefits of farmers, of food. You're endangering health and wellness. For what? is it worth it? And my thing here, Jessica, is this, no? It's like, you know, the country, there are many stakeholders, and it's the government's duty to make sure that everybody is well. And who will stand up against big business or political interests if not the government? They're the only ones that can do it. And if we co-opt on the side of big business, what will the poor do? Can the poor, can the fishermen and the farmers who've been suffering for decades ever stand against big business interests? They have so much money. So who will take care of them? It's our duty to take care of them and make sure they are well. So what I want to do is not only you know, stop the mining, is that we also want to invest there and help them all the way up until marketing, like bring up the economy, a green economy.
Pasensya na ho kayo, but I'm sure yung mga kontra ho sa inyo sabihin, she guested, she has gold a necklace and earrings.
This is my inheritance from my grandmother.
Ano masasabi nyo? Empihado, yun yung itatapon nila sa inyo. Kontra daw siya sa mining, but she's wearing gold jewelry. Ano masasabi nyo doon?
I'm gonna answer, you know, there's this one farmer, no? And then he said, sabi nila, bakit ko gamitin yung kotse ko? Bakit ko gagamitin yung cellphone ko? Kasi sabi, ayaw ko ng mina. Then he said, sige, i-accept ko yung hamon nila. Hindi ko na gagamitin yung cellphone ko, yung kotse ko, pero wag din sila kumain ng produkto ng magsasaka. At tingnan natin kung sino unang mamatay na dilat ang mata. So in the same way, I'm saying, what does this have to do with food? What does this have to do? What's the connection? So if you don't like mining, you can't use gold. I don't have anything against mining in areas which don't create suffering for the people. You know, you mine in Australia and Canada, it's in the outbacks. There's nobody who lives there anyway, but here in the Philippines, it rains every year, and it's raining more and more and more and more. And we have earthquakes every year, and we are densely populated. You mine in Australia and Canada, there's nobody living there, it's in the outbacks, and it doesn't rain. We are islands. And I feel that mining, extractive industry in very populated island ecosystems is not good for the economy.
Okay. Scenario and hypothetical question, Secretary Lopez.
Yeah.
I think even the Bureau of, yung Chamber of Mines are doing this na sabi nila they will appeal to the President.
Yeah.
Kunwari, they will appeal to the President and the President will overrule yung inyong closure or yung inyong cancellation orders. Anong gagawin niyo doon?
Well, you have to obey, no? That's the law. The only one who can go against my order is the President. And if the President makes a decision, then it is the duty of all the cabinet ministers to obey. So I'm doing my duty, which is making sure that there is passing policies and making decisions na yung resources of the country are taken care of para may pakinabang ang lahat. And then he can look at that and make his own decision. No?
Paano kung sa watershed yung pinasaran yung mina and then papare-open ni Presidente?
Oh,
Scenario lang ho ito, hypothetical.
Well, that's his decision. No? It's his right and his authority and his privilege to make decisions, and I can't do anything about it. No, we have to obey.
Ito pa ho, ang Presidente has said na hindi ho siya naniniwala sa climate change and he will not abide by the Paris Accord. Being an environmentalist yourself, ano hong masasabi niyo doon?
You know, you can't really go against a president. No, we can only obey. No, we can give our points and give our views, but at the end of the day, he makes the decisions. And then if we feel that he's making a decision na hindi niya alam yung lahat ng information tungkol sa decision na yan, then we can tell him. But this is my experience of the president, my meeting with him, and that's why I continue to serve. He's really mabait, no? His feel for people it's not plastic. It's really genuine. He really loves people. Even his thing on drugs comes from compassion. So I continue to have hope. I have seen him as a person. I see him in the cabinet meetings, and he's genuine. And I'm not saying this because I'm making sip-sip. He's really real, no? And he's humble and he's real, and we hope for the best. What can we do?
They'll bring you to court. International court daw ho. May option silang ganon.
Well, I have the proof that I have followed laws at every step of the way, and maybe there's no time to say it, but I'm backed up by the Philippine laws, by the Philippine Constitution, by the Mining Act, by the Mining Law, by the Forestry Code. I have all these laws backing up whatever decision I have made. So
at this point, talagang hindi na ho kayo pwedeng mag-usap ng mga minero?
No, they can appeal, no? They appeal to the president. But my stand on watershed, it's going to be very difficult to change that because water is life. And when you do extractive industry in watersheds, you put at risk the quality of life of our people. And especially if it's open pit, yung explosives na yan, that's going to be there forever and a day, for eternity. So you're going to put at risk the people there forever. It will never go away.
Maraming salamat
Thanks,
po,
Jessica.
Secretary Lopez.
Yeah.
Magandang gabi po. At
Okay.
salamat po na pumunta
Yeah.
pa ho kayo dito sa
Thank you
aming
very
studio.
much.
Thank you po.